Behind is the giant laboratory, mute, deserted. The detonation party races from Zero Island to Zero Island to close and lock the switches that knit the Zero Tower to the distant control panel. By radio telephone, frequent reports go to the scientific director. Nightfall brings a new assortment of tasks, each one important. Now is no time for let-up. The never-sleeping eyes of radar reach out, lest there be intruders into the deserted, restricted areas. Communications has a heavy responsibility. The entire task force has been stirred to intense activity. At any we talk, in eerie darkness, the Air Force drones take off with a perfection born of diligence and skill. They must plunge into the radioactive cloud on sampling missions. Nearby at the control island, a telemeter tower looms up. Its antenna ready to receive signals from the blast footings that scientists within the telemetering station can record and interpret. The detonation party arrives and mounts to the control station. Ready for X-ray day and the world's 6th atomic explosion. What secrets will be plucked from the darkness and the unknown? At what new frontiers does man stand?
Stand by for final time signal. Stand by for final time signal. At the sound of the gong, it will be minus 20 seconds. Stand by. At the sound of the gong, it will be minus 10 seconds. Minus 10 seconds.
Etched against the morning sky, drones start into the radioactive cloud to gather air samples. Helicopters head toward the Zero Island. And the drones come home, their spectacular jobs done. They have snatched radioactive samples from the cloud in special filter traps, samples that will give an index to weapon efficiency. Each person returning from exposure to radioactive areas, whether that exposure was in the sky or on the ground, must be carefully monitored. Among the many missions performed by the Navy helicopters, swift recovery of samples from the water and land cables proves the versatility of these craft. The samples are dropped to neutron measurement crews on the deck of the Albemarle and rushed to the ship's laboratories for counting procedures. Helicopter shuttle service was a great boon to the scientific projects. Small groups go ashore for recovery of instruments and inspection of installations. They are clad in disposable clothing and wear masks to prevent the ingestion of radioactive dust. Monitors guide them, restrict their movements, and limit their stay. The timing station has weathered the fury of atomic blast and has withstood the terrific ground shock. Vital records of the experiments are safe within. Everywhere are the telltale exhibits of the violence of the explosion. Some tell a vivid story and need no further explanation. Others require careful scrutiny. Assembly of data begins swiftly, although there must be no lingering in radioactive areas. Navy medical men gather up sample packets that will provide diversified material for careful laboratory analysis. As data is computed aboard the Albemarle, even a simple beer can renders an account of its adventure on the Zero Island. Weight of water in the crumpled can will give the scientist a direct reading of blast pressures from pre-computed tables. Other data has been recorded on negatives, which may be examined like this one. As busy as the scientists have been before, they still lose no time now in analyzing the results and compiling figures needed by the test director and the Atomic Energy Commission. But the proof testing of 2 additional new weapons remains. Stand by for Yoke Day. Stand by for Zebra Day. To the men of the task force, might unleashed by new atomic weapons is great indeed. But greater still is the might of a mighty nation working together. The Atomic Energy Commission's new proving grounds and these new tests were made possible by teamwork. And while this account stressed the story of the Navy's contribution, it was a contribution to a joint task force and to a united effort in Operation Sandstone.